Hey traders, welcome back for another episode trading the GBP US dollar Forex trading. It's unfortunately yesterday did some trades and I made the prediction that the price would uh, go up. So the US dollar devaluing, but I got stopped out because my stop loss was a little bit too tight. So I'm going to try and learn from that lesson and today not have such a tight stop loss. We're about 4 minutes away from the London session opening. What I'm doing currently is, so I've analyzed the overall trend, which we can see is going up. Like we are on the 4 hour time frame, we are seeing that we are trading above the EMA line. Um, One of the issues, though, I'm a little nervous of is the price seems to react when coming back to this supply zone, pushing it back into the downside. So I'm a little bit afraid of that. So we could be looking for a short position. I'm not too sure yet. Um, or it could be the day that it finally breaks above this red line here. So if it breaks above that, that would be the previous 4 hour high. And we may see the trend continuing into the upside, which would be really good because we can position ourselves for some big profits today. Um, so right now on the 15-minute time frame, what I've done is highlighted my high. So this is the high here and the previous low. And you can see when the price touches this low, it reacts, it pushes it back into the upside. So this could be that retest, which is kind of pushing us to consider going long. Let's just see what the price does and take it from there, determine whether or not we want to enter into a long or a short position. What I'm trying to do is achieve at least a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio. So trying to get at least $25-$30 every day from Forex trading. That's the that's the goal, that's the plan. So what we're looking is for a light push, something like this, just this type of push, and that's it. That's all we'll be looking for. We're not looking for something too major, unless it does break that previous 4 hour high. Then we could just be in it for the long run, and hopefully take more than a 2-to-1 risk to reward. Maybe a 1 to 4 or 1 to 5 risk to reward would be fantastic. All right, so it's just 1 more minute until the market opens. It's always great when the market opens. You can really see the volume coming in. You zoom out a little bit. You see the volume, my volume indicator down here. The MACD, so you can see that this blue line has crossed below the red line, indicating a slight downturn. So as I said before, we could be looking at a short if it closes below this previous low, and potentially hits around here. Let's take a look. We'll see what the price does. What I hadn't noticed before on the 15-minute candle is we have this fair value gap here, which the price seems to have retraced back into. Oh, let's make this white. The price seems to have retraced back into, so we could be seeing this push into the upside. There we go, there's the fair value gap. Seems like the price has come down, re-entered into that fair value gap, and it seems to have tried to retest this previous support. And it looks like the buyers are winning at the moment. You can see a huge amount of the volume is on the buyer side. There's been no tremendous movement since the market has opened, so hopefully there's no big economic issues happening. Although I know that there's a strike going on in London. Don't know if that will have a big effect on the Forex market. I don't think I've experienced that before, but economically that shouldn't be too much of a hassle. So what I'm doing at the moment is, because we've now just seen the first 15-minute candle, this kind of plays into the orb strategy a little bit. Where are we? 8 and 8, 15. Why is this broken? There we go. This kind of plays into the orb strategy a little bit. As you can see here, we have our 5-minute candle. We have a 5-minute candle, another 5-minute candle, another 5-minute candle. So, oh my gosh, I can't lock these shapes, can I? Rather frustrating. Okay, I've got too many drawings on here now. Okay, so we got a 5-minute candle, 5-minute candle, 5-minute candle has 15 minutes. So what we can do with this is actually analyze how or where the market is going to break out of. If it's going to close above here, so above my very faint rectangle that I've drawn here, does a full body candle close above here? This could be a nice indication for us to jump in. Or does it close below here? And this could be an indication for us to go to start selling. I can see that there's a bit of a resistance here at this high. So I feel as though if the price does reach this up to here, there's going to be some type of reaction. And that, I'm guessing, is going to be a reaction back down here for a potential retest, before seeing it head on up and hopefully surpass or reach this previous high. So we may want to um, wait for it to go up to here, and then it will likely come back down to maybe here, and then we want to try and go long, and we want to profit from there. That's kind of the profit we want, right? I want to try and target that. That's one strategy you can undertake today, um, whereby we may see a double top appear, and we could go in for another short and potentially increase our profits. Um, but let's see what happens. It's always fun making predictions, but I'll be honest with you guys, my predictions don't usually pan out so perfectly. Uh, I can't seem to highlight other um, that other line, so it's going to remain there. So it doesn't seem as though it wants to break at this above here. Is there a way for me to lock? Can't seem to lock my patterns and shapes. So when I click, I'm moving the shape, which is very frustrating. So you can see here that, oh, it's rejecting that breakout, so it doesn't want to break out. It seems to be having reacting up here. Oh, big push into the downside. Oh, nice. It's a very nice indication that we may be able to go for a short position. Oh, it's so hard to predict Forex, at least for me. Trying, you gotta keep trying, right? Gotta keep applying your strategy and mastering it. Oh my gosh, why does it keep moving that? You know what I'll do instead? Um, do it this way. There we go. There's that breakout range. So we're seeing, hopefully, we're starting to play out my little prediction where we see it push, react around here. It will possibly come back in for a bit of a retest, and then we want to go long. What would that long look like? Let's have a look. Put it to about here. Oh, that's only 1-to-1 risk to reward though. It's a bit hard to see, but as you guys can kind of see, it's hopefully it's reacting here. 2 more minutes until the next candle comes out, and I'm assuming it's going to be a small green, and then it will push back down to about here. So once we reach this level, that's when I may want to click enter. You can kind of see here that this is that breakout range. So you can see we got a close above, which is quite nice, which kind of pushed up further, and usually it will come back down for a bit of a retest, which I think is trying to do now. So let's hope this retest comes back. Let's hope it kind of pushes down to around here-ish. Nice. Okay, so now it's coming down for that retest. 2 minutes away from the next candle. Hopefully it will be green and we can enter this trade. Nice, nice. I think that's a pretty good indication. Seeing some strong resistance there. And I entered into that trade. So I'm going long. So I'm hoping now that the price is going to retrace up here. I might have put my stop a little bit too tight actually. Let me bring it down to about here. Okay, so £10 stop. This would be so upsetting if I get stopped out again. That would be third time in a row of losing. So 3 losing trades in a row. That would suck. Done it before. I think when I was starting out, if you guys look at some of my earlier videos, I got stopped out. Must be about 5 or 6 losing trades in a row. When that happens, it can be very, very frustrating. All right, let's see how this trade plays out. There it is. I got stopped out. That's quite frustrating, really. That's another Another failed trade in a row, so that'll be my third or fourth. What I've done is I've marked out a fair value gap here, so potentially there will be a somewhat reaction around here to then push the price back up to around here, which would be very, very helpful for me to try and get that £12 back. So yeah, we're seeing that there's a potential push. Wow, very strong momentum, sell side momentum. Uh, Interestingly, I think what we're seeing here is a head and shoulders as well. So actually a sell might not be a bad idea. This is why you wait. Um, you can see my crude prediction didn't turn out. Um, Still, I think it was a relatively good enough prediction. Um, Put this here. So it seems that the fair value gap is happening here. Um, wow, strong sell. Very, very strong sell. So this certainly becomes a new area of supply. So let's mark this. So we've got an area of supply here. Hopefully it will break this structure. We may see it retrace here before then pushing down again. Seems rather validated as a demand zone. Okay, so we're going to see a reaction happening here. Should do. I have to do a very, very small trade. And see if we return to that fair value gap. Going for another quick short, long position. Hopefully we will hit this fair value gap, so hopefully it will return to here before pushing down again. So once we do end up back here, I may want to continue with a short position. You can see why I was a bit concerned with this large supply zone here. It's definitely reacting when it hits these zones. Um, what's really frustrating though is when it hits these zones, they seem to coincide with economic data. It's really interesting. So when we get ourselves back to around here, some new economic data comes out to push it back down. Um, at least that's what I've been seeing. Just dropping into the 5 minute time frame. definitely see that this is an area of support. As you can see here, the price traced here, traced here, traced here, and it started to reverse. Um, so what I'm hoping for now is that the price is going to retrace into here. That will bring me back a little bit of money, which would be good. Doesn't seem to want to enter that previous fair value gap. So that's what this white triangle rectangle is. It's just a fair value gap. Gosh, wouldn't that be annoying? See, it's right there on the TP, but it's not closing. Oh, how frustrating. Yay, there we go. All right. Got a little bit of the money back, which is good. So we're starting to see a slight bit of a reversal, so reaction from when it hit that demand zone. What I am thinking though is that we are going into a sell side, so we may want to short the market now. Once it likely maybe reaches back up here, I don't think it's going to. I'm hoping it doesn't surpass this supply zone. I've actually just entered into a position, so I'm shorting it. My rationale here is because although this is a double bottom, I feel as though it has come back to retest a potential area, failed to push up, and is now beginning to push down. So what I'm hoping for is that the momentum is going to be incredibly strong, that it breaks this line here, and hopefully the next candle that comes out is going to be the 5-minute hourly candle. So we should see very sharp reaction to either side of hopefully we'll see a pretty strong push into the downside. Let's see. Ah, this is not fair. That's frustrating. Ah, guess this is gonna be another getting stopped out again. Okay, well, it's clear that the sellers failed and the buyers won. And now we can see this huge push into the upside, which is very, very frustrating. So it means I'm likely going to be stopped out again. Um, it's okay. Again, these things happen. Let's just wait. We'll wait until I get stopped out. Gosh, look at that. Just this extreme push up, the US dollar losing value. I can only imagine that around here when all this volume was going on, the sellers tried to keep it pushing it down. Um, let's see. Okay, so it's kind of like having a bit of an issue around here around that st support, that area of resistance, which is good. I'm really hoping that it reverses very quickly back into the downside. I don't see that happening at this point in time. What's also quite frustrating is the original setup that I had was to go long, was to enter, I don't know where that line has gone, was the enter and target up here. So very frustrating. Oh, did I just move my stop again? Oh Lord. So I'll keep my, why is my stop not moving? Huh? Okay, it's a good thing that it's kind of pushing down a little bit. I'll keep waiting and I'll just wait to get stopped out, but oh, I could have been wrong today. So that would be, well, I got the last trade right, but the other two trades not so good today. So these things happen. Just got to keep analyzing the market, learning and practice. Oh, what a very frustrating day trading. Um, yeah, I think I'll be stopped out. In all honesty, I think if it were to reverse and hit my TP, that would be down to sheer luck. I don't think I've read the market very well. I think what's quite interesting is that this is definitely a demand zone. So when the price does enter into this zone, people do react and end up trying to buy. Um, it's quite frustrating because, you know, originally at the beginning I thought the price was going to go up. This entire structure seems just very strange to me, you know. Perhaps it's trying to form a new high here. But yeah, if it does reverse, if it reverses and hits my TP, I'll be honest with you guys, that's just pure luck. I there is nothing in here that is indicating that it's going to go down. And so if it does go down, great. I mean, I just got lucky. That's all. Um, yeah, very clear that this is a very clear demand zone here. Potentially supply side. So let me draw this out on the 15-minute frame. This is very much supply side. We can see when the price enters here, a reaction happens. So you can consider this as your supply side, supply zone. And then down here, obviously, we've seen this numerous times acting as our demand zone. Yeah, it's been a very frustrating day. It's very frustrating. We can just see these sharp movements. These massive, sharp pushes, big push. Not too sure why the market is acting that way. Yeah, just a very not a very good day to trade, really. I'm not seeing it. I think some days you end up, you know, Forex trading, and some days it's a nice setup. Other days it's just incredibly slow, clunky, very frustrating, not really big market moves, and you know, going completely out of the bounds of my trading strategy. Here we go. I think this is where I'm going to be stopped out. I got stopped out. Honestly, I'm quite glad I've been stopped out because this has just been a very frustrating trade today. It's really annoying because this is what my third or fourth trade that I've lost in a row. And that can be quite mentally exhausting when you're Forex trading. It feels very frustrating. But unfortunately, that is the way it goes. So today it seems I am down by say 20, about 22 pounds. right? So that's roughly what, about $34. Um, great. Now we're going to see a huge push down. Oh no, it's going to continue going up. Fair enough. Well, anyway, there it is, guys. Unfortunately, it's a failed trade. I'm going to stop trading now and wait till tomorrow to try and win some of that money back. Trade some of that money back. But thank you very much for watching, and I hope it helps you guys as well if you're learning Forex trading. And I look forward to seeing you into the next episode. Goodbye for now.